Dawntrail is on the horizon. Whether it's your first expansion drop or you're a hardened veteran who only comes here for my sexy voice and unmatched wit, everyone is doing some sort of prep work for the big day. Not that one, we don't talk about that one. I am here to bestow upon thee the definitive guide, the definitive checklist, the definitive gospel of what one should do before an expansion drops. None of that nurtured, okay? Things you actually need. Press I, right the fuck now, look at that thing. Disgusting. All that useless Metal Gear scattered everywhere, hideous Kojima ass inventory. An expansion drop is like a big yearly clean that does not happen yearly. Drop like an hour of your day to just clean that boy up. If you don't need it, bin it to the market board. If you do need it, sort it out. You'll feel so much better when the expansion drops and you go into it all nice and clean and organized until you've completely trashed it again within the first month, but don't worry about it. That's the future you's problem, and maybe future you deserves it. You don't know what he done yet. Maybe he's done some fucked up shit. And when I say inventory, I don't just mean these 4 slots. Have a look at your chocobo, give your retainer a break from carrying all that junk, and I assure you 90% of it is junk. I'd be thinking, oh no, I should keep that, that's an expensive material from like 4 years ago. It costs like 20 gil now. The deflation in the economy is crazy. Basically, just sort your shit out. I don't want to hear no excuses. And now that the inventory is clean, let's deal with something more fun. Drip. Whatever you're doing class-wise for Dawntrail, you need some good drip to support you. I don't mind if it's a little revamp to your old ones, a fresh lick of paint as they say, or, as I prefer and suggest to do a whole massive revamp. New expansion, new you. Try out something different, try a weird color, try some styles you never done before, pick up a new class and explore all their options. Go wild, be happy. Stagnation is the killer of the soul, and I need your soul to be nice and juicy for when the Dawntrail harvest comes along. So you're doing your thing, reading a visual novel for 12 hours straight, and oh shit, your reading session gets interrupted by a dungeon, and then it gets further interrupted because you're not even high enough level to enter it. It should be illegal, but instead of a judicial system, Heidelin was too busy making fluffy rabbits and killing machines. It is what it is. Where am I going with this? XP buffs. Make sure you have some food, XP potions, company buffs, and any XP gear all locked in and ready for your adventure. Because the last thing you want is your adventure getting randomly halted due to lack of XP. And the first thing you want is reaching your new cool ass abilities faster. It's a win-win. And don't forget about your homegirl Chloe with that box and that. You have 2 prepped, that's a whole ass level right there. Beast stripes are a quick and dirty way to get a decent bit too. 5-minute adventure, that's like half a level. Alternatively, if you're trying to play one of the new jobs, boss J is still top tier for getting to 90. Especially since there's gonna be so many people there on launch leveling, which makes the fates spawn faster and further speeds up the process. You'll for sure see me waving my little paintbrush drawing things which would make God regret the inception of at least one of his creations. Actually play the game. I know it sounds dumb as fuck, but like, hear me out. A lot of people probably haven't been playing much, or maybe haven't been playing at all in this little downtime era. So it's honestly a good idea to just boot up the game, do some random content, run a few dungeons, a few PvP matches, maybe do that deep dungeon you wanted to try out, or a criterion you didn't finish. Might as well. Helps you get back into the groove of things and honestly remember where things are. You know, my ass be forgetting where the fuck all my buttons are. I'd be looking at my keyboard like, what? Which idiot put that there? He must be one dumb motherfucker, holy. Anyway, you get the idea. It saves you staring at your bar instead of staring at the pretty pixels on your screen in the first dungeon. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the first dungeon is a fucked up little guy dungeon. Don't ask me, I'm not Yoshi, I'm just the guy who calls him slurs. Following up on that last one, disable your mods and have a gander at what the game actually looks like. All modding will be broken for at least a few days into it, and that's kind of me being optimistic. And you'll be forced to play with your vanilla guy, and I know some of you people, derogatory, will get 700 gigaton force of whiplash from seeing what you actually look like to the world. Instead of overloading your brain, maybe ease yourself into it a little with some exposure therapy, because because who knows how long it will take for mods to get re-implemented back into the game after the update, and if even all of them will be able to get ported over. A lot of people and guides over the years suggest stocking up on Aetheryte tickets, especially after the cost changes. But I'm not gonna suggest doing that because that's broke as shit, and we open this bitch. Big money, big stacks, big Gilbert in the house, bow 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 bow, you know who it is. Apart from that, it's generally good to stock up on any items you will need, like crafting materials, crystals for crafting, food, materia, etc. You'd really like to get these in advance unless you really wanted to pay the dreaded expansion launch tax for some reason, and this launch tax can make things 10 times more expensive in some cases. It's a crazy world out there in the Aussian trade routes. Prepare a queue time hobby. Every queue is gonna be at least 30 minutes if you're lucky, and God forbid you actually need to log out to do something. So I suggest preparing some sort of queue time hobby. You can just mindlessly watch YouTube on your second monitor, I guess, but you could also do something cool. Take up knitting, maybe draw some loos of your favorite gacha character, wood carving, multi-boxing multiple queues, making it faster to enter but at the same time making it slower to enter since you are wasting more queue time. Building a keyboard? Oh, I'll keep working on my life-size Y'shtola statue in the middle of my room. I'm like Michelangelo if he was a modern day horny bastard rather than an old school horny bastard. Be prepared and plan ahead. You won't be able to jump straight into it how one would usually be able to. Please, 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 please try not to get divorced with your partner. Listen, I understand, like I know the graphics update our RAS look really good. I get it, brother, I get it, but come on, is it really worth it? There's always at least one of these stories every expansion, and I can't wait for the type of degeneracy this expansion cycle will behold. Cheers to ya and a happy adventuring. Cha-ching! I'm logging off.